Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today we commemorate the 7th International Day of Remembrance of and tribute to the victims of terrorism. Terrorism continues to pose a grave threat to international peace and security, inflicting unimaginable suffering on countless individuals, families, communities, and nations. Our commitment to prevent the emergence of more victims remains as steadfast as ever. We are dedicated to supporting those who have survived such traumatic events and honor those who have lost their lives. It is our responsibility to protect and uphold the rights of victims of terrorism and provide the necessary support to fulfill their needs. Over the years, our efforts have significantly advanced the victims' agenda. We have seen the international community come together in acts of solidarity and unity. We see more member states put in place national frameworks to support victims, thanks to strengthened capacity building initiatives by the United Nations and our partners. We applaud these efforts and seek to expand upon this solid foundation. This year's theme for the International Day is Voices for Peace, Victims of Terrorism as Peace Advocates and Educators. It underlines that terrorism and violent extremism can only be mitigated when a multitude of voices, including those of victims, jointly call for peace instead of violence. Ladies and gentlemen, listening to the victims' experiences and their stories of resilience is inspirational. Their voices provide a critical perspective, and their advocacy builds more resilient and inclusive societies. But their efforts will only be successful if we listen and understand. At the United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism, our efforts have been built on recognizing the rights and needs of victims and survivors of terrorism. We understand that being a peace advocate means being an educator. Listening to victims' experiences is a powerful reminder that terrorism has no place in the world. This International Day galvanizes us to continue remembering and honoring, but also working to strengthen national efforts, working to enhance visibility at the international level, working to ensure that every victim has our support and solidarity. Victims' voices are crucial for these efforts. My office will continue to provide a platform for victims and survivors to raise their voices, educate, and advocate. I look forward to taking these discussions to the United Nations International Conference on Victims of Terrorism under the theme Education as a Tool for Prevention, Peace Building, and Empowerment of Victims of Terrorism, generously hosted by Spain in Vitoria in October. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today continues to remind us that even though terrorism knows no boundaries, it strongly binds us together. By standing together and working collectively, we show victims and survivors of terrorism that they are not alone. Together we can build a future defined by peace, solidarity, and resilience. I thank you.